How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about the main thing that a lot of people are wondering, which is the things that you should consider before Boothill comes out. And soon enough, we'll end up getting the early showcase of Boothill. And not only that, we also going to have his release very soon as well. There's a bunch of things that we're going to be talking about when it comes to the characters that are out currently, the characters that are out during his rerun, and also the characters coming out in the future. Because we have a lot of stuff to keep in mind when it becomes to what is available to us, what has the most importance, what's going to affect your account the most. So today we're going to be talking about all that. But before we get into all that, make sure to leave a like, sub, comment, all that different type of stuff. And let me know who you are most excited for. Are you going to pull for Boothill? Are you waiting for Firefly? Are you waiting for Jade? Are you waiting for all these other characters? Let me know in the comments below. Let's go ahead and talk about who is here currently, which of course is Robin and Topaz. So these two characters right here, I would say at the moment, are both the supports that a lot of people are looking forward to. One being Robin, just overall a really great dual DPS slash follow-up type character. And then we have Topaz and Numby, who we know as well is a DPS slash support character for the follow-up attack team. Of course, getting better and better as time goes on with how many characters are able to specify who they're hitting with their follow-up attacks, or if we get more follow-up attack characters that hit even more or hit the whole team. So overall, both these guys have a good amount of investment that comes towards them, and also are not bad pickups depending on what you are looking for when it comes to your teams that you're playing. Now, of course, realistically, looking at Topaz, you would only pick up Topaz if you want to play the follow-up attack team, especially because she's able to not only give the follow-up attack buffs from the proof of debt, but also from being able to spam a fat ton of follow-up attacks when it comes to other characters doing their follow-up attacks. So it ends up helping a lot with the DPS, especially we have characters like Aventurine, we have characters like REHOO, two characters that are really good with Topaz. You have these two characters hitting the same character proof of debt, so not only are you getting the max amount of buff from it, but you're also doing damage to Topaz and Numby. So she has that unique case of being able to do damage and also being able to do follow-up attack support. Not only that, her light cone right now is very good for her as well, giving her more crit rate, giving her more crit damage whenever you hit an enemy with follow-up attack. Really good stuff for the whole team. And not only that, her Eidolons as well, if you were to go for E1, it basically allows her to start nuking. It basically allows her to let the other characters nuke that's on the team, because it does give vulnerability for crit damage, if I'm not wrong, on E1. So Topaz honestly is a really good pickup, especially if you're looking towards the follow-up attack team. But the other character that is for the follow-up attack team as well, but a little bit more universal, because she does do good when it comes to the dual DPS comps, because of her advanced ward, because of her amazing attack boost, and because of her really good follow-up attacks, well, follow-up attacks that she has whenever an enemy gets hit. So no matter what, if you hit an enemy, whether it be a basic attack, a skill, a follow-up attack, and ult, they will be getting hit an extra amount with Robin's ultimate. And then advanced forward helps a lot, especially in the case where you want to stack characters up like Jing or Blade, or maybe even when you look at something like follow-ups, especially because they get more crit damage specifically to them. And also with every follow-up, their ultimate damage from Robin is going to end up stacking on top of their hits, which is going to add up very quickly. So overall, these two characters have just been an absolutely amazing pair to have currently on the game, and it's something you should probably look forward to if you still want to play the follow-up attack team. If I had to pick one of the two when it comes to which ones I'd rather take, I think I'd pick Robin, just for the main case that, well, she's more universal than Topaz and isn't binded to just the follow-up attack team in case you need her somewhere else. But realistically, Robin is a crazy big pickup, especially being there with the likes of Ruame. As you may know, that she is just super strong when it comes to her abilities and what she's able to do and what she's able to provide. You can use her in hyper carry, you can use her in dual DPS, and you can use her in the follow-up attack team, which is her main place of stay. So overall, really good banners currently out at the moment when it comes to before Boothill's release. Now looking after Boothill's release, or during his release, we see that it's going to be him and Fu Xuan. Now, already off the bat, unless you already have Fu Xuan, this is some very steep competition. And the 4 stars aren't that great either. You have Hook, which, why? You have Luca, which isn't necessarily needed on either of these characters. And you got Pella. Pella's just Pella. Pella's good no matter what, but she's been here a lot of times. But if you don't have dupes on her, well, guess what? Now you have the chance to E6 her. But looking at Boothill, of course, being a hunt character that we know is prioritized towards break effect, just because we know that he gets buffs when he breaks enemies, when he kills enemies from the stream, all that different type of stuff. Like I said, we should be getting some early showcases sometime soon when it comes to how he works and all those reviews. So make sure to leave a like, sub, comment, all that different type of stuff if you're excited for that. And then, of course, the god tier sustain, as we know, Fu Xuan, which we know that she is just a brick wall when it comes to your team. Team is not going to die. You're always going to have full HP, every single type of thing like that. And overall, just a really great character with what she provides when it comes to the sustain that she has for the team, which you're barely going to die unless you're in the crazier stages of Swarm Disaster and Golden Gears and you don't have any blessings. Or, well, that's basically it for the most part. Or if you're having trouble with Sam and your Fu Xuan is not nearly equipped, you can still beat her or him, or I guess them, with Fu Xuan, just because Sam doesn't allow you to heal as much, and that kind of takes away some of Fu Xuan's capabilities, because she is able to heal and she's able to mitigate and redirect damage from your teammates to her, and then she just reverses it with her talent, which is really cool stuff. And then she gives the crit rate, she gives the CC prevention, which is really good for characters like Jing Yuan or people that don't want to get CC'd, which is basically everyone, but some people need a little bit more. This character for Fu Xuan, especially with the video I made previously, so if you haven't watched that, make sure to go watch it. I talk about Fu Xuan, and she's just overall just a really great character overall for anybody that you would want to use besides maybe like the dot team, because of course you would want to give that crit rate where it's needed. You get that 12% extra crit rate, very strong, and allows you to basically invest a little bit more into crit damage, or make sure that your ratios are looking a little bit nicer than they were before. And it's all, of course, a team-wide buff, so it allows for dual DPS characters to be able to get their crit rate boosted for the both of them, and they both do a little bit more damage when it comes to what is allowed for her as a sustain. Overall, just a really good one with the resources that she gives, and also, again, a really great one that allows your team to stay alive no matter what for the most part. There's not really much content that can KO her or the team when she's on the team. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. Boothill overall, as being a hunt character, we know he's going to be a, for the most part, single target character. There has been some free cases where you have characters like Topaz and Numby who are able to split up their damage, having Numby on one character and having Topaz hit another character, while someone like Dr. Ratio, you can ult another character, then start follow-up attacking another character, and then the team gets to go ahead and proc Dr. Ratio's ult on whoever that is. So there are some free cases where you are able to single off or target other characters that aren't that just one character, so it makes it so that they're not fully single target. But for Boothill, we're gonna have to see how it works with him breaking. We're gonna have to see how it works with him versus the single target type of characters, so that if there's 5 characters on the field, what are we gonna do? Is there any way to split up the damage? Is there any way to do some crazy damage? We're gonna have to wait and see when it comes to the showcases, and especially when it comes to the future characters that are gonna be coming out. When it comes to Firefly, we know it was a destruction character and it's going to be in the fire. Now the problem is that we usually know that the destruction characters that come out of the game are usually the big boys, are usually the big hitters. We have Dan Heng, or Mibir Lune, we have Jing Liu, and we have Blade. Well, Blade used to be broken, but now he's kind of like, now he's near the bottom, sadly, at the most part. But for the most part, Jing Liu, Dan Heng, these characters are already at the very top, right beneath Acheron. And for the fact that Firefly is going to be a destruction character, which is fire, we can probably assume that she's probably going to be very strong, unless they break the trend of them being top tier DPSs. And we might even see something crazy with maybe introducing more break stuff that they're trying to throw in with Boothill. Because as you may know, if Boothill is going to be doing stuff with break, we have Harmony MC, we have Ruan Mei. Now, what are we going to be doing? Are we going to be ushering in a brand new meta when it comes to break effect? Are we going to be trying out new kits or new versions of DPSs? Because this is our first ever DPS, besides Boothill since 2.0 start, that we are finally getting DPSs. Boothill is going to be Hunt, Firefly is going to be Destruction, and we haven't gotten DPSs since the beginning of 2.0. So the fact that we are now ushering these new versions of DPSs, I'm assuming they're going to have some very unique kits to them that aren't like stuff like Jing Liu and also Dan Heng. Especially with us also looking at Jade, who's going to be Erudition Quantum. And another thing that I really want to know is that, is Erudition finally going to get their shine? Is Jade going to be useful in anything else but pure fiction? Because that seems to be the route that we have at the current moment with these characters. Because at the current moment, we only use characters like Argenti, the newest Erudition, before Jade, if I'm not wrong. We only use him in pure fiction for the most part. He has low usage rate in MOC. And then Hibiko Herta, they aren't able to be used anywhere but as well pure fiction only. Same thing with Jing Yuan. Jing Yuan, honestly, I think he's the highest hitter at the current moment when it comes to Erudition and their usage in MOC. People have been able to zero cycle majority of the MOCs with Jing Yuan, and well, Jade, I would love to see another character who's basically taking the top portion of that, or being at the top of the Erudition chain, to be used in both pure fiction, because we know these guys are inherently good at it, and also to be able to use in another endgame mode, which is MOC. And we also have to think about as well, which is something I didn't cover for all the other characters, is that we do have a new endgame coming out in 2.3 as well. So we have a lot of stuff to look forward to. We have a lot of things or a lot of options to talk about when it comes to, are you good in MOC? Okay. Are you good in pure fiction? No. Are you good in the new endgame mode? Depending on how it works, which we know is some type of boss killing mode. And if they aren't able to do at least 2 out of the 3 things, they're kind of dead in the water at the most point when it comes to them being summoned on. Because if you could only do one mode, you can't do the 2 others. Well, why would I pick you when I could pick another character that could probably do 2, like Don Hung, like someone like, I don't know. Shoot, I really don't know for the most part. It's just hard. These characters are under some really strict stipulations, specifically because we are getting more endgame content, which is always a good thing. But if you're not able to do majority of it and easily at that point, if you're struggling, let's say in MOC and the boss killing mode, but you're good at pure fiction, why would I do that when I could take someone who's all right in MOC and someone who's all right in the boss killing mode and not that good in pure fiction? You know, there's just weird things that a lot of these characters have to deal with, especially with the upcoming meta that we're probably looking at, which is Boothill with his slight break effect-ish type kit, and maybe even Firefly, and shoot, maybe even Jade. Imagine a break effect erudition unit. That'd be kind of cool. But other than that, that's going to be pretty much it when it comes to this video on the things that you consider. I basically brought up all these characters just to show you that, yeah, we have a timeline of characters that are just very strong, like Topaz and also Robin, with Fu Xuan, with Firefly being the next destruction character, which we know is a big deal, and then Jade being erudition, which they've had a rocky up and hill battle when it comes to their value as characters. So other than that, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know if you are still going to be summoning on Boothill. Let me know if you're going to be summoning for any of these other characters that are currently out. And of course, as always, we're going to be seeing the drip market and also the stream very soon. So you have a lot of information available to you when it comes to Boothill and if you summon for him, because we're going to have the stream for Firefly and Jade, and we're also going to have the drip market for whoever the heck else comes out in 2.4. So other than that, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what y'all guys think in the comments below. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.